Ski Television is brought to you by Columbia's Omni-Heat. Keep your warmth, not your sweat. Miele, making premium German appliances since 1899. And by Ski Vermont, winter in its original state. This week is antiques, poetry, and politics at Sun Peaks. On the Freestyle File, Crystal Globe winner Mikhail Kingsbury. And it's old school meets new school in this week's Josh Foster Ski Tip.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Hey! Well, Sun Peaks is one of my favorite resorts, and I'm feeling particularly lucky so far this season because I've already been here twice. Now we've got a lot of fun activities to do and interesting events to check out, so let's get at it.
Sun Peaks is interior British Columbia's largest destination ski resort and has evolved into one of the leading ski experiences in Canada. The resort offers surprising diversity across its 3 mountains, including glades, bumps, steeps, long cruisers, and alpine bowls. A European-style alpine village offers a wide selection of accommodations, restaurants, and shopping.
Theories abound forecasting whether El Niño or La Niña will dictate temperatures and precipitation. Whichever one it is this winter, they deserve to be honored with face shots and gleeful laughter. 40 centimeters of light powder snow has fallen during the past week, and conditions at Sun Peaks haven't been better in years. In fact, longtime locals rank this season amongst the top 3 in history, and we're here for it. Well, $10 won't get you much these days, but it will get you access to this, the Sun Peaks Antiques Club, and they're up for a ton of fun. Hey!
Well, they are a group of totally enthusiastic people that like winter, and it makes the season go lickety-split fast because we no sooner get summer over with, which is pretty wonderful in Kamloops. We are back into the snow, and we are up here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and if there's powder snow flying, we're coming in between too. It qualifies you if you love the sport of skiing and you are sort of retired. Some people are a little bit retired, some are part-time retired, and some spouses do not ski. They are social members. They come up for our lunches and our banquets. We have been together about 6-7 years as the group with the logo and the title. We had a little contest, and the verdict was that we were going to be called the Sun Peaks Antiques, and one of the ladies designed the crest. And of course an antique is something precious and something old, and we are.
It's easy to see how passionate the Antiques are about their club. That passion has translated into a scrapbook, a book, and even a poem.
They're passionate about the desire to have fun, and real fun, with their friends, and enjoy the outdoors, enjoy the mountain. We've got lots of runs, not too many people, you can do all the runs you want, and it's not crowded. There's never a bad day skiing.
A lot has changed since the early days of skiing Todd Mountain. It seems that those who have been instrumental in its development are infinitely proud of the Sun Peaks of today.
Oh, I admire the way that it's been developed. I have no reservations. I think that the developers have done a fabulous job of preserving that, which I appreciate, and the accessibility for all is great.
Some of us are, and others hope to be, as passionate and enthusiastic about skiing as this large group of retirees. Regardless of the number of days, weeks, or years left to enjoy this incredible sport, we need to be sure to make the most of every opportunity. There is a lot to do once the lifts close. Your one-stop shop is the Activity and Information Center in the Day Lodge. Tonight, I'm going on a snowshoe adventure with a number of other guests.
And to wrap it up, this. S'mores. So good.
Coming up, more from Sun Peaks.
From the top of the show, I mentioned that there are a lot of great activities to do here at Sun Peaks, and today's family activity is the Family Cup.
A big welcome to everybody today to the 2013 Sun Peaks Family Cup All Nations celebrations. We've got around about 75 competitors out here doing the dual slalom.
Well, the Family Cup is around about a 7 to 10 day extravaganza of all the nations that come together here at the Sun Peaks. They compete in two very serious events. First one is the Kookaburra Cup, it's a cross-country cup, and the second one is today's Sun Peaks Family Cup. There are a number of other little events during the course of the week which are meant for families and for adults. An obstacle course, a fun party at the skating rink, a mountain marathon. We do a welcome reception as well, and we try and go out after the big event tonight. We also finish off tomorrow with a skating party, so it's a great event for all families. From right around the world, they come together here at Sun Peaks and have a marvellous time over the course of 10 days.
Did you both have fun?
While the Family Cup draws families from near and afar for a day of camaraderie in the mountains, there are families who call Sun Peaks home. Jason White has been here for 20 plus years and is enthusiastic about raising his family here.
I would say there's probably 250 people that live in the Sun Peaks area permanently. I love living here, not just because of the skiing, but it's a really good family atmosphere now, and there's a lot more to do with the school, and kids go to Taekwondo and stuff, and there's just a lot more family things to do on the mountain now, so we really enjoy being here. I tell my daughter every day when I drop her off for school how lucky she is to live in this atmosphere and to go to school at the top of a ski hill, but you know, being able to go ripping with her and being able to see the progression that she's had over the last 10 years of skiing is pretty amazing to see, and it's pretty humbling because she's 10 years old and she's starting to take me.
So did you smile while you were skiing?
I always smile when I ski because it's fun.
That's the spirit.
Probably one of the #1 sayings here is work hard and play harder. I would say in the 20 years that I've actually lived here and the 35 years that I've actually skied here, this is definitely in the top 3 for seasons. We opened up with a bang and broke records in December for snowfall, and then it was almost like the snow gods were with us over the Christmas holidays, and the tourists that really, a lot of them like the sun rather than the snow, and it's really not the locals' mountain at that time, it's the tourists that we want to draw here and make sure that you know, the whole mountain is successful. So I would say this is the best year in the last 15 anyways for snow conditions.
And the winner though is from Canada, it's Edith Ressa.
Turns out I haven't lost my touch completely, and I came away with a couple titles at the Family Cup. I can't lie, racing gates still gives me a huge thrill, and victory is exhilarating. I decided to celebrate at the Voyageur Bistro, one of over 20 fantastic and diverse dining establishments here at Sun Peaks. The Voyageur is a truly Canadian dining experience, from the decor to the menu. Choose from items such as tourtière, cedar plank salmon, and bannock.
The Freestyle File. In partnership with Columbia, proud supporter of the Canadian Freestyle Ski Team and its athletes.
Hi, my name is Michael Kingsbury. I'm 20 years old. I'm a member of the Canadian Freestyle Ski Team. I grew up skiing in Mont-Saint-Sauveur, and I'm from Deux Montagnes, Quebec. The accomplishment I'm the most proud of is the 2012 season. Every race, I made 13 podium in 13 events, 8 gold medals, and won 2 Crystal Globes. So I think that was my best year of my life, right there. Ding. How do I describe myself? I like to have fun, I'm generous, I'm happy, and more things, but you have to know me to know it. The Canadian Mogul team, I think, is the best in the world. I'm very lucky to be part of it. It's awesome. We're having such a great time traveling the world together. Let's go, mate. You got it. My main focus when I'm in the top of the gate is I just try to don't think too much about my run and just relax and enjoy the moment. And it's in those moments where I perform the best. My goal this season is to repeat what I did last year, win a Crystal Globe or 2 if possible. And there's a World Championship in 2013. In 2011 I won the bronze and the silver. Now this year I'm shooting for the gold. My goal for my career, 2014 Olympic, just to be there. For me it's a dream, but to go win a medal and the gold medal if possible, and to dominate my sport as long as I can.
Coming up, skiing with a senator. Now it's time for this week's web poll. What's your favorite terrain to ski or ride? Is it A, powder, B, bumps, C, wide open cruisers, D, glades, or E, the steeps? Log on to snowsportsculture.com today and take the poll.
This morning I am connecting with Al Rain and Nancy Green. They always have the beat on where conditions will be best, and they recommend we walk through the covered bridge to Mount Morrissey. Nancy says she's got something special to show us there.
As you're going up the Morrissey chairlift, you can't miss the Christmas trees. In fact, some of us locals call the area where the trees are Christmas Tree Lane. And there's somewhere between 8 and 10 trees decorated by different families, and it just gives a wonderful feeling to the mountain. One tree in particular is just stunning. Mount Morrissey is the third mountain that we developed at Sun Peaks, and it's got fantastic terrain, lots of easy cruising and beautiful islands of trees that you can go around. It's really mellow, but then there is one side of it that's very steep, so it's got something for everyone. It faces north, and the snow stays great late in the season. You can still find good powder here. Todd Mountain has just celebrated its 50th anniversary, and Sun Peaks, as we know it, is 25 years old, but it's actually the village and stuff are really about 15, 16 years old. It's still growing, and the nicest thing about it, it's growing into a real mountain community. And that's made all the difference for the people who live here and work here, and the kids growing up here. There's a marvelous school. You can see it across the valley there. And so the local kids go to school at the top of the village platter lift, and it's just a great place to live, to hang out, to work, and to visit. You know, the magic of Sun Peaks isn't by chance. It's because of really good planning. And so the village is located, and all the subdivisions and the townhouses are located with ski-in or ski-out access. And it's just magic to ski down the main street of your village, and you look around and say, where are the cars? Well, they're all parked underground. Once you're here, you don't need a car, you ski everywhere. You know, being in the Senate's it's been very, very interesting for me. And I can tell you one thing, it really makes me appreciate Sun Peaks. When I come home on Thursday night and drive up to the mountain, I've got 3 days off to go skiing. It's a great feeling. I appreciate it more than ever. I used to ski 130 days a year. Now I get maybe 60, 65. I appreciate them so much.
Nancy is not the only one in this family who is in the political arena. Al is instrumental in the shaping of Sun Peaks as the mayor.
I truly believe that to be a great resort, you have to be a great community. And we focused there. First thing was getting a school up and running, and that's been very successful. The school's now more than 55 kids in the school, and it's a very special school. They ski to school. We're working on some recreation facilities for off-season, and we're working on the summer side of resort development. We have big music festivals and events, and that's part of the municipality's focus. Our next big project will be a health center, and we're working on that. And within 2 years, I hope to be there at the opening of the new Sun Peaks Health Center.
Nancy and Al have been great mentors and friends of mine for many years, and so it's always a treat for me to be able to get together for a few turns with them. Well, now it's time for us to shift gears, head down into the village, and check out a very popular event, the Sun Peaks Winter Festival of Wines.
For 15 years, we've been putting the event on, and obviously in January, or midwinter, and it was an opportunity to bring in guests in from around the world to experience two great things. One, of course, the great skiing, but also the growth in the wineries, and also the food and local food.
Over the course of the 9-day festival, there are wine tastings, winemakers' dinners, and events like this one: art, happies, and wine.
The growth of the event, of course, starting from just one weekend to now over a 10-day period, has been successful because you've got people that are coming in from around the world. They're here to ski, but they've also, when they're vacationing, they're able to combine tasting wine and local foods with all kinds of other winter experiences. So it's very much a Canadian experience.
Coming up, Josh Foster has some old school advice that will help to improve your skiing. Ski Tips with Josh Foster. Sponsored by Canada's favorite family ski resort, Big White, in Thompson, Okanagan, near Kelowna, BC.
Yeah, for sure, Rob. I know. The barefoot on the ski, that was probably my favorite one. Yeah, still relevant today for sure. I think the guitar one was pretty good too, hey? Yeah, I know, I gotta go. I'm getting a text. Okay, talk to you later, bye-bye. Well, you know, Rob Butler's ski tip, the guitar, well, he's playing probably my favorite of all times, and a classic that's still relevant today. Skiing with your lower body, stable upper body. Let's go try a few turns here. You know, times have changed a little bit since that guitar tip. Ski technology has definitely changed, but good skiing really hasn't changed. So the stuff that worked then works even better now with this new stuff. So what are the things that make good skiing, you know? Well, that's kind of a subjective thing, but You know, back in the old days, we used to talk a lot about arm position and hand position and all of that sort of stuff, but what it really meant was a stable or disciplined upper body. If your upper body's really active and loose, well, that's no good for balance. New skis, old skis, it doesn't matter. Keeping your upper body stable and disciplined is a good thing. Let's try a few more turns down here. So on the way down here, I'm just thinking of keeping my upper body nice and stable. So I want to let my skis do the work, but I want to help them out with a little bit of discipline in my upper body. You know, the skis these days, there's a ton of technology in there. Check this one out right here. Up in the shovel here, it's got rocker. Then down in here, it's got a bit of a tighter radius, so it's a bit of an easier turning ski. And then it's got some crazy Formula One technology in it that gives it lots of spring and lots of life. So imagine now I've got the combination of this technology and a little bit of old school discipline. Man, I'm cooking with gas. Let's try a few more turns down here. So I'm letting the science do its work down below me here, but I help that out with a little bit of old-fashioned discipline with my upper body, nice and stable. I don't make any unnecessary movements that takes away from the performance that my skis can let me have. So thanks very much, Rob Butler, for that one. It's an oldie but a goodie. From beautiful Big White Ski Resort, Canada's favorite family resort just outside Kelowna, British Columbia, I'm Josh. We'll see you next time.
Well, what can I say? Sun Peaks just never seems to disappoint. Old friends, new friends, great place, phenomenal skiing. So we're going to leave you with an excerpt from a poem written by a ski antique who we met earlier in the show, Ken Hustler, who drew inspiration from this place, Sun Peaks. Enjoy. Now be patient a moment, let magic begin. It will not take long for the spell to sink in. From top of the world to garden houses below, I will find you a run of 5 miles to go. The garden's vertical descent is 3,000 feet, so do not be in a rush or you may land in a heap. This magical place will ask you to slide, may ask you to skip or even just glide. But once this magical spell takes a hold, it will make you feel young or even feel bold.
Ski Television has been brought to you by Columbia's Omni-Heat. Keep your warmth, not your sweat. Miele, making premium German appliances since 1899. And by Bollé. If you never try, you'll never see.